A couple of videos back, I made a comment that I think that all Catholics, everybody, everywhere, I don't care how extreme of a Catholic you think you are, or how in line with tradition you think you are infected with modernism to some degree or another, including myself. Because of the way we were raised, because of propaganda, because of the world, because of media, because of music, you name it, it goes on and on. We've all been touched in some way or another with some kind of modernism. And I think a classic example of that is freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is something that people just kind of take for granted. They kind of think that it means that you can say anything you want. We live in a country where you can say anything you want. This is kind of a widespread North American ideal, and it is completely false. It's something that kind of dawned on me a couple of years ago, I guess. But we don't have freedom of speech. We don't have the right to say anything that we want. That's a falsehood. For example, you don't have the right to do anything you want. You know, you don't have complete freedom. You don't have the right to steal. If you see somebody's fat wallet sitting there, even if you think you deserve it more than they do, you don't have the right to take it. So the same principle should be applied to speech. You don't have the right to lie. You have an obligation to tell the truth. You don't have a right to slander, to manipulate, to calumnize. You don't have a right to do any of those things. So where does your freedom of speech come in with that? The only freedom you have is shut your mouth. That's it. That's all you got. The problem with today's world is we've got far too many narcissists out there. Narcissists like to manipulate, they like to control, they like to lie, they like to slander to get themselves into a better position, to authoritate themselves so that they have control over a situation. And they use freedom of speech to do that. And I'm seeing far too many narcissists in the world today. I'm not talking about Catholics in general. I'm talking about the population in general. The farther away you get away from grace, the more you see it. The more narcissism comes out and rears its ugly head. It can be the prettiest person in the world that you've ever seen, and they have the most devious mind and twisted tongue. They use that ability to twist things and to do unjust things to others. Sometimes they do it just for kicks, and it's all under the guise of freedom of speech. I can say whatever I want. They can build trust in others so that they can then use that trust that they've built to manipulate other people. Maybe get them fired, maybe get themselves into a better position in the company they're in. Liars. Lying, narcissistic, slanderers. You don't have that right. You have the right to tell the truth. You have the right to be fair with people. But you don't have any of those other rights. The only right you have is shut the hell up. Catholic Northman, out.